Welcome back, guys. In today's video we're going to be doing a vacuum leak fix. So I'm sure at one point, if you've ridden these bikes enough, you've had the issue where you start your bike up and you're revving it a couple times, it's going well, and then all of a sudden you have a vacuum leak. And if you don't know what that means, I'll tell you. So basically a vacuum leak is when you're running lean. You know, lean means too much air in the gas and fuel mix, and when you rev it up, it revs way more than what it should. So today I'm going to show you how to fix that. Okay, so there's two signs of running lean, I guess you will. So the first sign is you're going to see no smoke out of your exhaust. Because you're a two-stroke design, if you're running anything leaner than 40-1, for one, don't do that. And for two, you should probably run 40-1 because then you're going to be able to tell if it's rich or lean because you'll see smoke. But if you have, I run 32-1 and I barely see smoke out of my exhaust on this just because it's high performance. But if you're running a poo-poo pipe, which comes at the back, or if you're running a stock exhaust, you want to see smoke. And the second thing is tightening fasteners. It's kind of like the maintenance video I did on the Harley Davidson. But basically, I mean, come on guys, check your head nuts, check your intake nuts, check your exhaust studs, check your, this is the main part right here. Generally, your crank seals are not going to go if it's a new engine, but they can be installed improperly, and I'll do a video on how to repair crank seals. Basically, all you have to do is, if the crank seal is still good, just take a 19mm socket and hit it with a hammer, and it should push it in more and seal it right up. But this right here, guys, is where every leak, in my opinion, comes from, and it's on the aluminum intake and the steel carburetor. The steel, like, part on there with the brass clamp. Basically what happens is, specifically on these intakes, you generally don't have the issue, but basically what happens is, if this isn't tight enough, this is very tight, can't even move it, but you got to make sure that your carburetor is pushed on there and there's no gap here, because you see those little slits there, air can come up through here and escape, and you have a vacuum leak, and just something that little make your motor run like garbage. I'll go in my garage, guys, in a second and show you the intake that's most common for this. Okay, guys, so I found the intake that most of y'all are going to have on your motorized bike, just because you're probably having a cheap eBay kit. But basically, all my bikes have aluminum intakes, right? That one does. This one is a shorty aluminum intake, but same thing. And this one has aluminum intake also. 32mm, 32, and that one's a 40. I'll discuss that later. This is a 32mm spread intake, and it's a steel intake. These are garbage, because I had this on my Harley Davidson. I noticed there's a lot of air leaks and stuff, because when you would put it on the engine like that, these welds aren't really necessarily sealed off, so you have that issue. So I just run the aluminum one. So you can like order the aluminum intake for like $10-12, and that should help you a lot. Alrighty guys, so that's going to wrap the video on steel intake issues. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace, and have a wonderful day as always.